Hi everybody. In this video, we'll be discussing about the fundamentals of thermodynamics, like what is the definition of thermodynamics, then what is a system, what is a boundary, what is surroundings, and what is the universe. Now coming to the definition of thermodynamics, see, thermodynamics is derived from two Greek words. One is thermi, second one is dynamics. Thermi means heat and dynamics means power. So, thermodynamics is an axiomatic science which majorly deals with the conversion of heat into work or power. So, why we are calling it as an axiomatic science is it is based on certain assumptions. Okay, so let us see the actual definition of thermodynamics. Thermodynamics is an axiomatic science which deals with the relations among heat, work, and properties of system which are in equilibrium. It describes state and changes in the state of physical systems. So this is the definition of thermodynamics. See, there are many definitions, but this definition will stand good because it clearly mentions that the thermodynamics is an axiomatic science and it deals with the relations between heat and work and the properties of the system which are in equilibrium. So, in case of thermodynamics, we will be considering equilibrium states and do all the calculations. Okay, now let us go for the system, boundary, surroundings, and universe. See, coming to the system, any definite area under our consideration or study, we can call it as a system. See, this system can be as small as a small component like pump in a big power plant, or you can consider the entire power plant as a system also. Okay, so the area which we are considering under our study or consideration, we can call it as a system. The actual or hypothetical envelope which is separating the system from the surroundings, we call it as a boundary. So why I am calling actual or hypothetical envelope is, see, this boundary can be a real or imaginary boundary. Okay, now anything other than the system, we call it as surroundings. Anything other than the system is considered as surroundings, and system plus surroundings together, we call it as universe. System and surroundings together is called universe. Okay, now let's see the definitions of the system, boundary, and surroundings. Then we will discuss about what are the different types of system. See, a system is a finite quantity of matter or a prescribed region of space. So anything that we are considering under our study or consideration, we can call it as system. So the system may be a finite quantity of matter or a prescribed region of space. Then boundary, the actual or hypothetical envelope enclosing the system is the boundary of the system. The boundary may be fixed or it can move as and when a system containing gas is compressed or expanded. The boundary may be real or imaginary. That is what. Suppose if you consider a piston cylinder arrangement like this, so which contains a gas inside. See, this boundary, which is the piston, is a movable boundary. So depending upon the compression or expansion of the gas, this boundary will move. Then coming to the surroundings, anything other than the system is considered as surroundings, and universe is system plus surroundings together. We call it as universe. Now, let's go for the types of system. See, we have open system, closed system, isolated system, and adiabatic systems. See, coming to the open system. See, in case of open system, both mass and energy can transfer across the boundary of the system. See, suppose if you consider a piston cylinder arrangement like this, which has an inlet valve and exhaust valve. See, certain amount of gas is present inside this one. So certain mass of gas is present is in this one. See, through the inlet valve, certain amount of gas can enter and it can be compressed or expanded. And as a result of that, from the boundaries, there might be energy transfer. So energy here, we can consider it as heat as well as work. So both energies can transfer across the boundary of the system, and at the same time the mass can leave from the exhaust valve also. So that means both mass and energy can transfer across the boundary of the system in case of open system. See, all the devices that we come across in thermodynamics are open systems. For example, you take a compressor, you take pump, you take turbine, you take a boiler, any device that we use in thermodynamics can be considered as an open system. Now, coming to the closed system, here only energy can transfer across the boundary of the system. So, here no mass transfer takes place. Now, let us consider there is a piston cylinder arrangement like this, and certain amount of gas is present in this. Now, in this piston cylinder arrangement, there is no valve arrangement. So, therefore, no mass can enter into the system and leave the system. But through the boundaries, energy can transfer. Through the boundaries, energy can transfer. So, heat and work may enter into the system or leave the system. So, example of this closed system here, if we talk, we can take the piston cylinder arrangement without valves. Now let's go for another type of system called isolated system. See, usually there will be a little confusion between isolated system and insulated system. I'll explain about that in detail. See, isolated system, in this kind of system, neither mass nor energy can transfer across the boundary of the system. So neither mass nor energy can transfer across the boundary of the system. See, the example of this isolated system, we can consider it as a universe. See, in case of universe, we all know that system and surroundings, these two together, we called it as universe. This total part is the universe. See, whatever the interactions that are taking place will be between the system and the surroundings only. See, the energy transfers or the mass transfers that will happen between the system and surroundings. Suppose if we consider system and surroundings together, that is the entire universe as a system, then from the universe neither mass nor energy transfer takes place. So, the universe can be considered as an isolated system. Then what is this insulated system? See, insulation means the heat transfer will be negligible. So, insulated system, you can take the example of a thermos flask. So, thermos flask is an example of insulated system. Then what is this adiabatic system? See, in case of adiabatic system, there will be no heat transfer. However, work transfer can take place. So, this is an adiabatic system. So you should be very careful with these types of system because questions will come from these topics and there is every chance that you may commit mistake from these topics. Okay. Now let us discuss about what is a phase. See, a phase is a quantity of matter which is homogeneous throughout in chemical composition and physical nature. See, phase is a quantity of matter. So any matter can be considered as a phase when it is homogeneous throughout in chemical composition and physical structure. So what is this homogeneous system? A system which consists of a single phase is termed as a homogeneous system. That means mixture of air and water vapor, water plus nitric acid and octane plus heptane. So all these will be in a single phase. That means either a liquid phase or solid phase or a vapor or gaseous phase. So only in one phase they need to exist. So air and water vapor, they will be usually in the vapor and gaseous form. Okay. Then heterogeneous system, a system which consists of two or more phases is called as a heterogeneous system. Water plus steam. So water is in liquid form, steam is in gaseous form. Ice plus water, solid plus liquid form, and water plus oil. So these will be in different phases. So You can call this type of two or more phases. If a system exists, we call it as heterogeneous system. Okay.